2 bridges and some roads still have flood damage.
You could have a paved road that's intact, but the base that's underneath there could be completely gone, and in a small car, you could collapse that pavement.
Drivers can finally use the new diverging diamond.
Entering and exiting the interstate is going to be safer. It's going to reduce the number of collisions.
And I think it'll help a lot with the congestion.
The Sioux Falls Storm were helping pack lunches.
Giving back, being part of something bigger.
If I could just impact one kid doing this, like I want in my head.
This is not a fight, this is a gang war!
Inmates here at the Mike Durfee State Prison shouted their concerns.
I watched the fight myself last night. There was literally like 60 total people.
So DOC is really understaffed here?
Between 80 and 100 homes have been red tagged.
That doesn't mean that the house can't be saved.
Financially, the best thing for me to do is to save my house.
I can't go out unless I look like this.
Mosquitoes.
They've been awful.
She's been getting bugged.
We're going to be using our thermal foggers a lot.
At the St. Francis House, Knights of Columbus donates enough laundry and dish soap to last them the entire year.
Nothing gives someone more dignity than having clean clothes.
Thomas Matthew Crooks, who was killed by a Secret Service sniper seconds after firing at Trump.
God bless President Trump. He loves this country. And he fights for this country and he fights for our kids.
The Secret Service failed America yesterday. I think we all should have serious questions about whether or not the Secret Service is up to the task of protecting them.
Let's join together. Let's denounce this violence.
One post that received a lot of attention across the country was one made by someone in Sioux Falls.
Out here on a South Dakota farmhouse's front porch.
This is where country music is. We live the life of country music.
The Rubidas farm fields and many others were inundated by corn stalks and other debris following the floods.
In order to plant next year, we've lost everything this year.
They had no choice but to rake as much off the ground as possible and then burn the rest.
As soon as they start their chemotherapy, their hair falls out. They don't have a choice. We do.
Encouraging children with cancer while also helping scientists find a cure.
We need to beat childhood cancer and get it out of here.
In town, trees were uprooted, shingles and siding were ripped from this apartment complex, and a tree fell onto this building.
I ran outside to take care of some cars and such, and I barely made it in because the wind came in so fast.
Not sure how strong the wind was, but it was pretty strong.
Finalizing the purchase of this location, having it open on the first official day of the rally.
I think it's a real add-on to the rally to have places where you go in, sit down, have a meal.
The Gas Monkey hopes to find ways to be involved with the community. Lake Ponset during the storm.
Just destroying everything on the beach.
And it left plenty of destruction in its wake.
Only days removed from winning a third straight Midwest Regional Tournament.
It's a pretty cool deal that Catfish Bay can pull off that kind of talent out here. Caught off guard having to pay a $20 fee to visit Custer State Park. They don't mind paying the $20 fee because the reward is worth it.
After COVID, we've noticed that our kids are dealing with a lot more.
This training last school year has helped us to better identify what we need to look out for right away.
To talk about mental health.
These teachers getting a $200 grant to buy supplies for their first classroom.
To have my classroom be the place that students want to be.
Fast-moving fire destroyed 2 townhomes.
We were blessed. Both vehicles were okay, and most importantly, we are unharmed.
The generosity of people has been really astounding, and it's just kind of a testament of God's goodness and faithfulness.
Tremendous amount of history.
This morning's blast, difficult for him to watch.
Boston's Pizza and Sports Bar is finally open.
We're across the street from the arena. After the game or after the concert, it's just perfect.
The city of Madison signed up for the Lewis and Clark Waterline.
With the growth of Dakota State University, with the growth in our housing and the growth of our industrial park and our industries in Madison, the need for water has been growing.
The first day of school for students at Explorer Elementary certainly brightened up once they walked inside.
It's fun to welcome them with music and a smiling face.
Domestic violence is a problem. Darian Whitlock in the hospital for a week.
My granddaughter was brutalized.
I never could have imagined that I would have this many people in my corner supporting me.
Gunfire, which rang out here yesterday afternoon.
Crazy, this neighborhood's not a bad neighborhood.
Shell casings that were found, there were multiple calibers.
We rely on cooperation from the public to help us out in these circumstances.
Without the volunteers,
this would take a really long time.
A database with photos of veterans' headstones.
There was music, prayers, and words of comfort for an innocent life ended too soon.
No more hurting, no more abandonment.
A large flightless bird was seen in western Sioux Falls.
Just a passerby. Thought I'd stop and visit your nice city.
4 shootings.
People have home surveillance cameras. If they see something on that, call Crime Stoppers.
There's not too many sports that dwarfs are able to compete in the Paralympics in.
Paris was surreal.
It was crazy that we brought home a medal at the age of 19.
They won 2 straight to clinch a spot in the Little League World Series.
We couldn't believe it. I mean, it's a dream come true.
We played phenomenal baseball, came up on the wrong end of it, but we've got memories, friendships, and bonds that will last us for a lifetime.
While they continue to investigate other homicides, there's a way the community can help turn this trend around.
Responsible gun ownership is not a political issue. I think leaving your gun unlocked in your car is a common sense issue.
It took lots of work to get the building back in business. Perch, a restaurant selling breakfast food and more.
The community activation has been really cool to see. Meeting neighbors that they have seen before and they're interacting now.
A counselor is a position of trust.
The victim detailed her experiences with Conrad that included hugs as well as Conrad touching her stomach and breasts.
Counselors should not be touching you. Counselors should not be inviting you to engage in a personal relationship.
It'd be cool to honor people who had lost their lives to suicide.
He is ready to do his part to raise awareness about mental illness.
I don't know about William, but I know he mattered to people. And to represent him and honor William, this is for you, William.
150 members of the South Dakota Air National Guard deployed yesterday.
With everything going on in the world right now, it's very scary.
As a parent, there really is no comfort when your kid is shipped away.
We'll pray for them every night, but until they're home safely, you can't sleep.
A 1,700-foot tall tower welcomes viewers to tune into KELOLAND TV.
It's a relief now that we're finally getting the viewers in the KDLO area back up and watching us.
The Toy Lending Library is now headed west to Huron.
This was an opportunity to be that part of the social development of children and get them more prepared for school.
The 12 437 project runners had a police escort as they approached the Levitt.
It was quite emotional seeing all the signs of loved ones lost to suicide.
The runners raised a little more than $315,000.
What was a physically and mentally challenging event really put a spotlight on mental health.